Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the update video for this video. Anyways, hi guys. I only have a little bit of time to record today. I was gonna record some Ouran High School Host Club, but I was like, fuck, I only have like 30 minutes. I don't have time to do a bunch of episodes. So I was like, let's do an update video because we kind of need to, right? So, a few notes right off the bat. This update video will be about what's coming up next. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, see what you think I should watch, but first things first, we have finished My Hero Academia for now. We have finished Attack on Titan, which was like my longest running thing ever. So, like, I watched Attack on Titan back in, I think, 2014. So that's been a long fucking time now. It's been 10 years. Oh god, I've been doing this for 10 years. Anyways, yeah, Attack on Titan's done. My Hero is done for now. Obviously, I will be watching the movies and the next season as they come out. But for now, they're done. Hey, it is, this is Shad from the future here. I am recording this on December 21st at 10:47 p.m. This dropped an hour ago-ish. They're doing a My Hero Academia Vigilantes anime. That is super cool. This has nothing to do with the update video besides the fact that boy, I'm going to be watching My Hero for the rest of my fucking life. And B, this is super cool. I've been wanting to read the My Hero Academia Vigilantes manga for so long, and I think I might actually go and buy the manga just because I've been wanting to for so long. And now I have a good reason, and it would be really cool to have kind of an idea of where the story begins at the very least. I don't know if I'll buy all of it, but I may buy like volume 1 just to have a starting off point for Vigilantes. Sorry, I burped. Anyways, this sounds super cool. Thanks, bye. I know there is a new Madoka thing coming out. A new Madoka, I think, movie it is, and it's supposed to be in winter. I don't know if it's a movie or a series, but I believe it is in winter 2025, which should be coming up at some point now. I have remained totally blind on what that is, which is why I don't know if it's a movie or a show, but I'm thinking about watching it, because I did do a Madoka Let's Watch a long time ago. I don't even know if it's up on this channel, to be honest, but I do kind of want to get back to that series, just to kind of check in on it for old time's sake. So that may be coming up, and there is a chance JoJo Part 7 may be announced soon. I don't know if I'll believe it, but they're doing a big event, and it looks like it's got a lot of hype behind it. They are selling tickets to it. Usually, if they're selling fucking tickets, that means something big is coming, but maybe they're just gonna announce, whoa guys, we got a new JoJo app on the Apple Watch. I don't know, but maybe they're doing something. So with all that said, for the moment, right now, there is nothing going on for me to watch besides Ouran High School Host Club, which is not top priority. That will come out whenever it comes out. We need to get a main series going. So, I have a few ideas. But first, I would like to ask you guys, feel completely free to go in the comments and suggest whatever you want. Whatever I see the most of, or whatever I see the most passion for, or whatever I am convinced to watch, whether it's someone saying, hey, I think this would fit your interests, you should watch this, or if it's just someone saying, oh, also Jujutsu Kaisen is also coming. Anyways. Or if it's just someone saying, hey, I really love this show, I think you should watch it, or if it's this or that, I can be swayed. I just want to see the general opinion. If no one has any suggestions, that is okay. I have a few in mind here, and let me just bounce them off you real quick. Maybe you're sitting there going, damn, Shad, I don't give a fuck what you watch. Oh, hold on. Sorry, that was my phone. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? Right, I have a few ideas. So maybe you're sitting there going, Shad, I don't give a fuck what you watch. Just put out a video, goddammit. And I'm saying, look, I'm trying, dude. I'm fucking trying. Shit is so crazy over here. People in my family are dying, alright? It's crazy. Anyways, I'm fine. The point is, you may not give a fuck what I watch, but maybe you want a little idea of where my mind's at the moment. So, let me start off with one thing. Dan. So here's the thing. Yesterday, I actually tried to start Dan. I got 3 episodes in, and I was like, I recorded it. I actually recorded it. mind you, I prefaced it with like, hey, I'm probably not actually going to like put this up, but I did do like a test recording to see if I was interested in it, because I had heard a lot about it and I was like, it looks kind of like a Mob Psycho mixed with Jujutsu Kaisen. I hadn't like watched any of it though, so I was like completely blind on it, and I watched it, and I got 3 episodes in. I started episode 4, I stopped the recording, some stuff came up, and then when I came back, my computer was fucking shut off and I lost all the files. Very sad. But I'm not too heartbroken over it because I wasn't really vibing with it. If I see enough demand for it, I'm all for going back to it, rewatching those first 4 episodes, or maybe even just starting with episode 4 if no one really gives a fuck about the first 3. If I see someone say, hey dude, you should keep giving it a shot, I will. But from what I saw, I just wasn't super into it. It's a damn good show, don't get me wrong. The style and the direction specifically, there were a number of moments, especially in the first and second episode, where I was just like going, holy fuck, that shot was so good. Like, it has a lot of good stuff going. It is a very good show. I just don't think it's a good fit for my style of reacting and commentating. It is a show that I feel you get a lot out of by just sitting there and paying attention and letting it kind of sink into your brain. It is also very comedic, which I'm not against comedy in my anime. Don't get me wrong, I love me some comedy. But I generally don't do comedy for reactions, for anything I record. Generally. There can be comedic elements, but didnt is super comedy focused, and while the action is phenomenal, the comedy is also in there a lot, and it's just not something I tend to go for. I think Mob Psycho is a good example of how comedy can work in my stuff, and didnt is definitely similar to Mob in some ways, but the humor was a little off for me. It didn't quite align. It would be like if I watched Mob Psycho without Reagan. Reagan is what makes me love Mob Psycho, and what makes that show work for me as a, like, commentator. Without Reagan, I think I would have dropped Mob Psycho after season 1. Once again, it is a very good show. It just doesn't quite click with me personally. Jujutsu Kaisen, it is a show you need to sit there and really focus and let it sink into you. But even if you don't, there is enough going on in that show that you can just enjoy it on a surface level, which is usually how my shows I watch go. I'm usually enjoying them on a surface level. The only exception I can think of is like JoJo, and that is because I am technically rewatching JoJo because I've already read the fucking manga. So like part 5 and 6, I feel like I can kind of dive deeper into my feelings on that, but that's because I've read the manga, so I have more to talk about. My Hero, I'm enjoying on a fairly surface level. Attack on Titan, I especially enjoyed on a surface level. The more intricate plot and stuff kind of lost me in the later seasons, and the worst example of this is my Let's Watch of Flip Flappers, which was a very deep, complex show that had a lot of symbolism and metaphors and themes that I just wasn't picking up, because that's just not how I really engage with content usually when I'm recording it. There's been exceptions, but generally I just don't click with that when I'm in the mood to record. Unless you just want me to sit here in silence for 40 minutes and then go, okay, I think I understand what this is trying to tell me. So the point is, didnt, very good show. I gave it a shot. I don't think it works for me, but if people insist, I will go back to it. That is one show I had in mind. The second show I had in mind is one I've been asked to do for literal years now. Oh, speaking of things I've been asked to do for literal years, I also need to do the Full Metal Alchemist movie and the Hunter x Hunter movie. Those will be coming out at some point too. I know those are also on the list. I'm sorry, Wicker. I'm sorry. Hunter x Hunter movie will be watched at some point. Anyways, where was I? Right, a show I've been asked to do for literal years now, Fate Stay Night. So I watched Fate Zero first. It was the first thing I watched from the Fate series. I enjoyed it a lot. I really, really liked Fate Zero. So much so that when people told me, oh, you know the kid at the end of Fate Zero? He's the protagonist for Fate Stay. And I was like, wow, I don't want to watch Fate Stay. Because I liked Fate Zero so much. That shit was my aesthetic, dude. Saber in a suit on a motorcycle and Johnny Young Bosch playing a psychopath and fucking Kiritsugu, I think that was his name. I always said it in a stupid way, but that whole dude's aesthetic, all the fucked up torture shit going on, like, dude, that was my jam. And everything else I've seen from the Fate series, I've been like, this is not my jam. But I know I need to watch Fate Stay. I know I need to. And I believe I was asked to watch Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, which I believe is a reanimation of the original show, kind of like Brotherhood. I think. Maybe it's a movie. I don't remember. But I know I was told to do that. If anyone has any objections to that and you think I should watch the original Fate Stay Night, not Unlimited Blade Works, let me know. I don't know the difference really, except someone told me to watch Unlimited Blade Works. Anywho, the point is, that is a show I feel I am likely to pick if no one has any suggestions. I feel I am likely to go with that just because it is a show I've always said I'll watch it when I have nothing else going on. And at the moment, I got no other shows going on. So it just kind of makes sense for me to go to Fate Stay after all this time, to finally go back to that universe and give it a fair shot. I have a bit of bias against it, from just like I've seen Fate Zero and that is what I want more of, and I know I'm not gonna get it, and I think the main character design wise just looks super lame with his fucking red hair. I know people love him. I think his name is Shuryu, whatever the fuck, Shiryu. I know I've heard a lot about that series specifically. I have not really engaged with it at all outside of like I've seen screenshots and I've seen fan art of the characters and stuff, but that's it. I know Rin is in it. Rin was in Fate Zero. I know she's in this show. She's got a red sweater or some shit. I don't know. But I feel that is my most likely choice if I have no other suggestions. But there's one other series I want to talk about, mainly to gauge the interest of people. This is a show I will most likely be watching at some point very soon if I'm able to. And it's really a toss-up between this and Fate Stay. I feel like there's another show that I'm forgetting. Is it like Bungo Stray Dogs? That's one that I was asked to watch back in like 2014. And I was like, yeah, maybe. And then I never got around to it. I would also like to watch whatever the fuck it's called. It's the show with the person with the biker helmet. I've always wanted to watch that. I watched episode 1 and I was like, this show's peak. And then I stopped and then I've never gotten back to it. So I do want to watch that too, but that's not like on the list or anything. Bungo Stray Dogs, I've been asked to watch for years. Maybe if there's enough demand. But the next show I really want to watch, even if it's just like 10 episodes, just to get a feel for it, it is SSSS.Gridman. SSSS.Gridman? SSSS.Gridman. I forget. But the fucking Gridman series. So I know there is one series, and I think there was a second season, and then I think there was a movie. So this was suggested to me literally years ago, I think 2 years ago, or maybe just 1 year ago, but it's been a while. And I've always said, yeah, I'll get to it when I can. That is definitely on the list, and it has been. I believe I watched the first episode of Gridman when it came out, because I was like, giant robots, fuck yeah, I'm in. I watched episode 1, and I was like, oh, all right, I'll stop, and I'll binge the rest of this when it comes out. And then I never got around to it. So this is a show I've had interest in for a while. I don't know how I would feel about it overall, because I don't really know what the show is about. Hey, speaking of giant robots, I should watch Evangelion at some point. I've never done it. Anywho, the other thing is, though, with Fate and Gridman, I am setting myself up for a pretty decent chunk of things to watch, because it's not just one season. For Gridman, it's one season, then a second season, and a movie, which isn't too bad. For Fate, it is Fate, and then the 30 Fate movies. And then, like, there's a Fate Apocalyptica, or whatever the fuck that is, and I think there's a new Fate show, and there's a fucking mobile game, which I'm never gonna touch, but I've heard has a great story. Theoretically, if you can actually call it a story. I know it has a great story, but boy, I can't read. See, the joke is that I read all the time in these videos. Actually, I have not been reading lately because I've been watching dubs. I'm sorry. Anywho, the Gridman series. I've been wanting to watch it for a while now. It's been on the list, and I'm thinking I'm finally gonna get to it, I think. Whether it's the next thing I watch or not, it is on the short list for sure. It may become a secondary series, assuming I actually get time to record in this upcoming next year. I would love to, like, have a main series going and a secondary series. That's always been how I've done things, but the past few years, I just haven't had time to do that, but I would love to get back to it if I could. And have, like, a main series and then Gridman as, like, a side series that I go back to all the time. That would be super fun. But the point is, I want to watch Gridman. I don't know the plot about it, though, so there is this kind of concern of, like, what if I don't like it? I know when I watch Fate Stay Night, I will at least have something to say about it. I will not watch it and be like, I'm bored. I'll either watch it and be like, this is awesome, or I'll watch it and be like, this fucking sucks. Fate Zero was better. With Gridman, I'm concerned it'll be like a 6 or a 7, and I'll be like, it's good. It's not the best thing ever, but it works. The characters are serviceable. I don't think they're amazing, but they're cool. I like them. And that's always been my concern. There's a number of Let's Watches I've done with that problem. Madoka Magica was sadly one of them. A show that everyone I know absolutely adores. But unfortunately, I just had a fairly negative experience with it. Just something about the tone of it just bounced off me. And I was really feeling like, man, this show is a 7 at best, a 6 at worst. And then those final few episodes came, and I was like, all right, this is a fucking 9 out of 10. This is awesome. And I would say it evens out to like an 8 out of 10. For me personally. I believe I gave it an 8 out of 10 on my anime list, I think. Either way, it's a good show, but it was very difficult to watch. Because there were chunks I just didn't like it, or I just didn't have anything to say besides just kind of like making up something to say, like, oh, the animation's kind of crazy, which I feel is not much of a actual critique to give, just because the art style is abnormal to what I expected. And looking back at it, the art style is actually super cool. It just really bounced off me in an odd way. Anyways, the point is, I have that fear for Gridman. Not that the art style is bad or anything, but that, like, I watch it and it's fine. It's fine. And I get through a whole season, and then I go, all right. I don't really want to watch anymore, but I feel like I'll never know if I like it or not unless I watch it. So I feel like I kind of have to. Yeah. Another series, actually, that I had this exact same problem with was Hunter x Hunter. I did not like the first arc of Hunter x Hunter, like, at all. I remember watching it, recording it, and getting towards the end of the first arc and being like, man, I might drop this show. Like, I was really not into it. I liked certain characters, but I liked them purely because, like, oh, Leia Rio has a suit. Oh, Kurapika's cool. That was about all I had, man. Like, the action's okay. The music is okay. The animation is okay. I just wasn't in love or hating any of it. I just felt so neutral to it. And then the second arc was really good. And then the third arc was amazing, and so on and so forth. And I fell in love, and it's one of my favorite things I've ever watched on the channel. Not because it's a good show, but because I feel like it was such a good reaction show. To the point that the peak of that series, for me, is the, I forget what it's called. Is it just the Phantom Troop arc? I forget what they call it exactly. It's the one that was all about, like, Kurapika, and it was, like, all over them, and the boss was there, and all that. It was, like, all about that. To me, that is the height of that show. And then Greed Island happened. But, as much as I would usually argue that, oh, that was the peak, and I could have just, like, stopped there, that final arc with Gon's dad being involved in some way, I think that had one of my best reactions ever when Leia did his big fucking punch thing. Like, that was honestly, no joke, one of my favorite moments ever. So who's to say Gridman won't lead to a similar thing? I don't know. I gotta fucking try it. So Gridman and Fate Stay are both on the list at the moment. If I get no suggestions, I think I'll go in one of those directions. But of course, as I said, give me your thoughts. If you have any suggestions, I will at the very least consider them and honor them with a proper reply on why I don't want to do it or why I would love to do it. All these things. I'm very curious what anyone watching this would like to see. But for now, I think I've rambled on for long enough. It's been 20 minutes. I think that is a long enough update video. Thank you all for watching. I would usually have more to talk about here, but at the moment, I kind of don't. So I guess we're just going to stop. But first, I need to think of a title for this update video. What's something I've been watching a lot lately? So for those who don't know, every update video, I take a song I've been listening to, and I replace one of the words with update. And I really want to do that, but I don't know what song I've been listening to. Hold on. Let me go to YouTube and see. Let me just type in music, and it'll give me a bunch of songs I listen to. Let's see here. Damn, I don't know. What's a game I've been playing, dude? I'm kind of stuck on Baldur's Gate still. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Honestly, I haven't been playing a lot of video games. At least none that, like, have a song in it. Like, you know, dip into Hitman 3 every once in a while. Oh, you know what I'll do? Live an update. There you go. Sonic 3 is coming out soon. I am a big Sonic mark. I will name this update video Live an Update. Live and learn the greatest song of our generation. And I will call this update video Live an Update in honor of Sonic 3 coming out. No spoilers, motherfuckers. I will fucking cry. I'm going to watch it on January 3rd or something like that, which is a little after it came out. Usually I like to watch movies when they come out, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. I'll do what I gotta do. Yes, Live an Update. There you go. It's a good fucking title, too. Okay. So with that said, thank you all for watching. Go watch Sonic 3 if you're not a bitch. And thank you all for watching. I will see you on the next episode of whatever comes next. Goodbye. Oh, also, oh wow, I didn't even say this. Happy holidays, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Ramadan? I don't know. Happy holidays. Enjoy your holiday if you have a holiday. If you don't gotta enjoy it. You don't have to enjoy it even if you have a holiday. Do whatever you want. You're fucking great. I haven't really done holiday uploads for the past few years, I don't think. I used to do that back in like 2014, 15, 16. I would do like holiday uploads. Even if they weren't like holiday themed, I would still upload on the holiday. Probably not going to do that this year just because, as I mentioned, just been really busy. Haven't really been able to record much in bulk. But, you know, helping out with family stuff. Sometimes family has to take precedent over, recording. You know, this is just a hobby for me that I do whenever I can, but I don't always have time to, sadly. So, you know, I just kind of get these out whenever I can, but sadly other things have to take precedent. I sure as hell don't get paid for doing this. I don't think I could get paid for doing this, considering the gray area of it, but I have fun doing it, and that's what really matters most here. So, with all that said, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your year, and I will see you on the next episode of whatever comes next. Goodbye. I love you. Take care. See you on the next episode, and be sure to suggest something if you want. I don't know. Okay, bye. Also, does anyone watch this far in the video? I assume no one has watched this far, but I don't know. I like to check. Okay, bye.